my goodness. What is that bright thing up there? We haven't seen that in days. But yeah, good morning to y'all. We're coming to you on a bright and sunshiny but cool, kind of blustery Saturday morning. Apparently it's about to get a whole lot colder, but heck, as we sit here and record this, we're just a few days away from the official first day of winter, so it's supposed to be cold. No complaints from us. But let's get these gals fed and get some stuff done on this Saturday morning. Okay, so I gave them a little feed, but as soon as they get done eating, I'm gonna go ahead and move them out of here and over into the next pasture. This group, as we've said before, if you've been watching previous videos, which you should have been, will start calving basically in 2 months, kind of late February. And so we'll have them moved, trailered back home before that comes. When exactly, it'll depend on when the stockpile runs out, which again, stockpile is not completely eaten up out here. But we also don't want them to just eat it back to absolutely nothing. We'll bring some younger calves down here, basically our weaned calves once we move them home. But anyway, move them on down, and we'll also, because they're going to be out of here, won't have any need for the feed bin to be here. We'll come back and get it. We probably could pull it with the Jeep because I think it's pretty much empty. We'll climb up there and see, but no need to move it today. There's a little feed still in there, enough for a few days, but we'll move it. We'll probably just go ahead and move it home. There's not really enough to justify moving it to the other end for just a few days. We'll just carry feed in sacks to them while they're in that little pasture. Well, this is apparently a job I can't do. There we go. But anyway, yeah, gonna get them in that middle pasture. Hopefully that'll hold them for next 2 or 3 weeks at least. I don't know. There's pretty good stockpile in there when we move them into here, so we'll see. But let them finish that up, then we'll move them. Oh yeah, they're gonna follow us. So we like to give them just a little bit of feed, and maybe not every day year round, but just a little bit of feed from time to time. They follow us around like puppy dogs. They already know I'm about to open the gate. They are ready. Yeah, gonna let them into this next pasture. Also gives us a good chance. Hadn't ridden back here in a while just because it's been so darn muddy. Look at this. All right, now don't you try me. Don't you do it. It ain't worth it, girl. It ain't worth it. I'm calling your bluff. See there? See there, we can coexist. But oh, and some of you had asked, you know, how our culvert system is done since we've gotten these bigger rains. And honestly, I couldn't say for sure until right now because it's just been so muddy. I haven't ridden back here. Yeah, not that we doubted it. I knew those fellows knew what they were doing. Two, looking at where we broadcast fescue, orchard grass, and some of those winter annuals to you know, cover some of this bare ground. Looks really nice, but I'm gonna let the stragglers catch up before we open the gate and then let them through. And it looks like the water that comes out of this draw where it was coming and then running under the gate, it's obviously now staying over here and running and staying over here and getting in those ditches. So I think we'll officially declare that project a success. But yeah, I got one more straggler. That big Hereford cow, she's always the last one. She'd been a little lame a few weeks ago. I think she's pretty well gotten over that, but she's always kind of the last one. But we'll let them on through here. Here's some snow geese up high. Just a beautiful day, cool, but otherwise beautiful, and we will take it with the weather we've been dealing with the last couple of weeks. All right, y'all be patient. Okay. All right, we're gonna try to count y'all. Be sure all 30 come on through. I'd appreciate if y'all would leave this stuff right here alone, but you're probably not. The stockpile in here, especially, you see all this fescue. Hopefully they're gonna have a few more weeks of grazing. Just put off that hay feeding for a little longer, and so that, yeah, we can make sure we don't run out of hay, ideally. We'll get that Prolix tank off there and then go fill up the feeder. I thought I could back the truck up close enough, but I can't. The hose isn't long enough. Of course, it's too muddy to drive out there, so we'll just use a tractor to take it over, get it close enough to the feeder, go ahead and get it empty. Got her close enough using the front end loader to pick it up, which we could have driven the tractor out here as well. But get the feeder there. Let's hope everything's hooked up properly. Not want to open. All right, she's flowing. You feel her. Oh yeah. Try not to make an enormous mess. But yeah, last year we were missing that rubber O-ring in here and it was leaking everywhere. So I double checked that ahead of time today. Learn from my past mistakes. But anyway, getting her filled up. And this is just how we supplement a little protein to these animals that are basically, you know, existing on just hay. And we give them a little feed out of the bulk bins every day, but the majority of their diet is free choice hay in this. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I think we even themed the video last year, Cousin Eddie, but I always feel a bit like Cousin Eddie sitting here not really pumping the liquid feed because we're just using gravity, but sitting there holding the hose. Yeah, kind of reminds me of Cousin Eddie emptying the old septic tank on the old RV, but and it's always right around Christmas when we're doing this, so I'll spare everybody, you know, his famous line in order to keep this a family-friendly program. But probably won't hold it all, and that's fine. We'll fill up as much as we can. This thing's not quite on level ground. We might be surprised, but we'll see. As we're letting that thing fill, you can probably see through the tree there, all the cow herd came up. Of course, they've been just over the ridge in that next pasture. We unrolled them a roll of hay Wednesday and then again on Thursday, and they hadn't quite cleaned up everything as of yesterday, and so I left them in there. I was gonna check and see how they had it cleaned up before we move them into this pasture, but based on their reactions, the second time they've come up in the barn lot this morning. First time's when we were doing our early morning chores. So apparently they at least think they're out of hay if they're not completely. So we'll probably go ahead, since we're done here, open the gate, let them in here, and then get them some hay put out. Yeah, we're getting close to holding about what we can here, but she can hold a little more. To say that, make sure it doesn't run out over here on the edge. But keep thinking of other things to discuss as we stand here and just wait rather than twiddle our thumbs. You know what? It's not going to hold it all. So I'm planning to go ahead and cut it off. Be play it smart. But yeah, the other thing I was going to discuss, the pregnancy test results. Actually, so I drew that blood. If you didn't watch our last video, and you should have, shame on you if you didn't. Pause right now. Go back, watch that one, then come back and finish this one. But anyway, so we drew blood on 4 heifers and the 1 cow. 3 of the 4 heifers were bred, which I'm trying to remember. At least 2 of them I felt very confident on palpation. The cow, well, she's over here now, I felt pretty confident she was open, and she is open. So unfortunately for her, there's something with her repro system is not going like it should. So she is going to be she's gonna be sold. If you're a mama cow and you're not able to have babies, you're not of much value to us. So got inside, we've got an extra kill date with our processor, have 8 dates booked and only 7 steers on feed. So toying with the idea of just having her processed for ourselves. We wouldn't, you know, she'll be fine to eat, of course, but not like that premium, you know, corn-fed steer beef. So anyway, we may do that with her. We may just send her to town, you know, sell her as a cull cow. But the three black heifers were bred, black or black white face. It was the one tiger stripe heifer, F1, that wasn't bred, which is fine. She would have been, it would have been fine for her to go ahead and been bred, but I'm also totally okay with the fact that she didn't, and we'll breed her this spring to calve next year. But anyway, that was our pregnancy test results. Did not expect to get them back. We mailed them on Wednesday. That means they got to the lab the next day. So, and like the biggest upset of all time, the U.S. Postal Service actually got it there in a reasonable amount of time. Never would have guessed that. I figured we'd have results this next week. Go ahead and let them out there into their new pasture. But y'all know what that means. We had our next calf, which will be the last fall calf, born. I believe she was born yesterday. When I was checking them yesterday at lunch, saw her, but didn't have a tag with me, so we will tag her today if all works out like we expect it to. There are three of the heifers we checked, which she was bred, other black white, this one's bred. 022 there is open, but see if the rest of these can find their way through the gate. And your new baby may still be back here in the pasture. We'll go ride and see. Riding back here looking for that mom and new baby. This is where we unrolled a roll of hay 2 days ago, and I mean, it wasted a little, not too much, probably within the margin of what we would consider allowable. I think it's still too early to really pass judgment on it yet, for better or worse. They want some feed, so we're definitely making the right decision to go ahead and feed them some more. But I'd like to get that pair moved with them. We gotta find them first. Get the mineral feeder moved for. Determined all the cows are in here, and really all of everything that we need except for that new baby. So mom, just like they did a week or two ago with the first fall calf, she got the calf bedded down somewhere and left behind. So they were being really impatient, they're hungry, so we decided to go ahead. Are you kidding me? They have done gone out the gate. I thought for sure they would follow me. God dang, man, it's always something. Good thing I don't have a firearm on me. I might start shooting cows. Come on! Woo! 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 All right, it was my stupid fault, but I drove through the gate. Thought for sure they'd follow me off with this hay. They did not. So I'm mad. I should be mad at myself more than anything else. But yeah, I'm angry right now because they're gonna get out here. They're gonna make a royal freaking mess with all the hay they've got access to. If I don't, come on, y'all. All right, I think the smart way to do this. We got the feed bunks right here. If I can get a bucket of feed, I should be able to get them to follow me. Come on, babies. But here's the first thing we do. Shut the gate. Stop the bleeding, so to speak. Not gonna let anybody else out. But we have animals everywhere where they shouldn't be. Y'all going. Y'all going. Get back over to that gate. Of course, these are like, we're just content to eat hay. Y'all get, yeah. We got, the bulls are like, what in the hell is going on? Y'all get. I'm taking hay to pasture if y'all will get out there. Y'all going through the gate. No, y'all get through that gate. Get. See, there's feed out there in the bunks if y'all will get back out there. Go. Y'all gotta get. Brand new baby there. He don't even know what's going on. You older morons are setting a terrible example. Go on, gal. Go on. Go. 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 You get through there. All right. And yep. That was one problem I did think about with putting this gate right here where we feed along this fence row. One, get out of the way. It kind of becomes a muddy mess right here during the winter, which we got to do some work there. I was planning on doing that maybe next week. Should dry up some between now and then. But then having that gate open, because normally when I'm putting hay out, I just leave the gate open and you don't have to worry too much about them running back on you, but that may prove to be an issue going forward. But that was really the only spot we had to relocate the gate once the arena got built. Okay, so you live and you learn. Taking an extra 30 seconds to jump off the tractor and shut the gate is faster than having to take, well, it didn't take long, 5 or 10 minutes to round up everybody that runs out the gate on you. Put out 3 rolls of hay in the feeders, bell ring feeders. I'm gonna unroll one. This is our first roll of hay out of the barn that we're gonna feed this year. Which of course we still got plenty that's been stored outside. I say plenty, still a few. But we'll probably feed those rolls that are gonna be a little lower quality again out of the feeders. Unroll these to try to really encourage them to be sure they clean up every little bit that we unroll. Unrolled that one kind of right here on this hillside where they had panned off a lot of dirt for that arena, because of course all the topsoil was gone, you know, pretty low fertility here. Spread out that seed, let the cows spread out their manure. We'll probably continue to do that, kind of primarily focus our unrolling in this general area, at least for the foreseeable future. But then there's plenty of other spots out here that could use it as well. I've just spent the last 20 minutes riding around looking for that newborn baby calf that I know was born because just about exactly 24 hours ago. They're over there right on the edge of that pine thicket. The mom moved to the new pasture over here. I was like, I cannot find that thing. It's got to be somewhere riding around. And I told you on the last video, or not last video, but 2 or 3 videos ago when we were looking for the last calf, how when they know when they're newborn, their only defense is just camouflage hide, lay down. And right there, out in the middle of the wide open, I mean, laying down just against that ditch, is that calf. I'd be worried it was dead, but I've seen it blink its eyes. The only movement it has made. It's just how they do. They know, you know, their nature tells them, their instinct is just hunker down. So, found it. We're gonna move it just over here so it'll be with its mom. We can shut the gate. When you get a tag in its ear, I'm pretty sure it's a heifer, but we'll find out for sure here in a second. Ran right to me. We're gonna have a mad mama if you don't hush. Come on, baby. We're gonna take you to your mama. Here comes your mama. There she is. Yeah, you left her over there. I know you knew where she was. We'll get out here and leave them alone. Yeah, she would have gone back to have gotten that calf at some point, except for the fact that we're going to shut the gate. So, obviously, that was our reasoning for wanting to go ahead and get the calf moved. I still need to get those hay feeders moved out of that pasture because we're not gonna have any more cattle over here for the foreseeable future. We'll move them over here where we can use them. But I thought about doing that while I had the tractor up and running, but I thought, well, no rain in the forecast for the next 4 or 5 plus days. We'll let the ground drop a little more before we go out across there. This creek bottom ground is pretty dang spongy right now. But been a very productive morning. It is just now 12:30. Gotten pastures moved, got some more hay put out. You can see them over on that hillside. Some of them eating that unrolled hay, a lot of them packed around the hay bale feeders. But anyway, enjoying this beautiful weather. It's looking like, yeah, winter is going to be arriving this next week, both, you know, in literal form with the I guess what's that, the 21st, but also in weather form, even a little chance of snow. So y'all had to check back in with us for the next one. But I think I've worked up an appetite, gonna get some lunch, gonna hang out, do some family time. Got some other chores to do later on. So I'd about wrap it up for this one. Appreciate y'all watching. Again, give the video a thumbs up. And if you're still watching but you're not subscribed, hey, no better time than the present to click that subscribe button. But we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all eat beef and God bless. You think you need to ride?